Hello. My wife and I have wanted to visit Yellowstone for many years, so we decided to make that happen. So we booked a flight and we got up early and headed out of New Orleans. We flew into Salt Lake City, Utah, rented a Tahoe, and took a drive up through the countryside to West Yellowstone. West Yellowstone is a small town on the west border of Yellowstone National Park. It's got tons of restaurants. There's a few gas stations, a supermarket, but no major chains or stores or anything like that. West Yellowstone can tend to be crowded in the summer, so we found a place about 20 miles outside of West Yellowstone on Lake Hebgen. The Lakeview Suites. A lot of fly fishermen like to stay here, but it was perfect for us because it wasn't crowded. The rooms also come with a stove, refrigerator, and a microwave, which was perfect for us. Each morning they offer a complimentary breakfast, which is great to sit on the balcony and enjoy the sunrise, to watch the sun reveal the mountains and hills of Yellowstone. Each morning we would pack our lunch and take into the park. We brought a Coleman cooler backpack that we used as a carry-on bag for our clothes, which doubled as a lunchbox once we got to the park. Each morning as people head into the park, traffic will tend to back up, sometimes even into the town of West Yellowstone. But just be patient. Soon enough, you'll be at the entrance to the park, and you'll be through the line and heading on into the park. Once you're inside the park, there's quite a bit of driving you have to do to get to the different attractions and the different sites. Sometimes 20-30 miles between the different viewpoints. But the scenery is awesome on the drive, so just sit back, relax, and just take it all in. The first day we went to the north part of Yellowstone, and this is the Geyser Basin and the hot springs. This whole area smells like sulfur and is very steamy and very hot. But the scenery is absolutely beautiful. Lots of colors in the hot springs, lots of things to see, and lots of cool sounds. On day 2, we headed towards the center of Yellowstone Park. In the center are some stunning views. We went to the top of Mount Washburn, which has a great overlook. From there we headed to the Yellowstone River. The Yellowstone River is where Yellowstone gets its name from, because on the sides of the river there's stone that's got this yellow color to it. The next day we went back to the Yellowstone River and started the day off by taking a steep hike down into the Yellowstone Grand Canyon. The path to the bottom is not very long, but it is pretty steep. But the walk to the bottom is worth it, because once you get to the bottom is one of the most stunning views. From there we checked out the mud volcanoes, which smell about how they look, which was awful. But still very cool to see how nature creates some of these things. From there we headed up to the visitor center and the lake in Yellowstone. This was an awesome spot to take a break and play around for a little bit. Also, there were some awesome views at this location as well. The next day, we headed towards Old Faithful, passing some more waterfalls on the way. Old Faithful is by far the park's most popular attraction, so there's going to be crowds when you go there. Expect trouble parking and a lot of traffic. It's become so popular that they've built a lodge hotel up at the geyser itself. It's expensive to stay there, but it's a beautiful place. So take some time to go inside and look around because it really is fascinating, the architecture that they put into that building. Old Faithful erupts about every hour and a half to 2 hours, and they'll have a prediction of when the next eruption is once you get to Old Faithful. But hang around because it's worth the wait. Heading out of Old Faithful, we stopped by some more hot springs. Hot springs like this with blue water reach temperatures of 180 degrees or more, and they're fascinating to look at. We ended the day at the Grand Prismatic Hot Spring, the park's largest hot spring. It has rainbow-like colors around the outside. It's the park's second most popular attraction to Old Faithful, so expect some crowds here. This wrapped up our trip. From here we would head back, pack up our stuff, and move on to Teton National Park. But that's a different chapter and a different video altogether. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and perhaps you'll consider visiting Yellowstone National Park.